Suggs, the former frontman of Madness, has not been sitting on his laurels since the band's last recording 8 years ago. He's presented a satellite music show, and he also steered Liverpool band The Farm to chart success. 5 years of songwriting have culminated now in his debut solo LP, which is due this autumn. And the first single to be released is his version of the Beatles' I'm Only Sleeping.
When I was halfway through making the album, I was working with Sly and Robbie, and they said, have you got any cover versions you want to do? Because obviously, maybe, not obviously, but maybe it's an idea we could just knock a few cover versions out at the end of the recording. So we did, and I'm Only Sleeping was one of them. And it wasn't particularly my favourite on the album, but everyone else seemed very optimistic and keen on it, so they thought maybe it would be a good one to get the ball rolling. Revolver has now kind of overtaken Sgt. Pepper's as the top album, in the top 100 albums of all time. Because it was very late on that I got Revolver, which I'm Only Sleeping came off.
Suggs found the prospect of going back into the studio quite daunting.
Yeah, I did find it quite difficult getting back into recording because I had done it for so long. But in fact what happened was that, it's about 8 years since I made a record with Madness, maybe more. But I didn't just suddenly start doing my solo album out of the blue. In the meantime I had been involved in various other things which had been kind of occasionally studio work. Luckily I kind of got that first initial actually going in the studio on my own out of the way. So that when it came to recording the solo album, I was already kind of pretty, not confident, but clear-minded about that I wasn't too self-conscious,
The album and the first single were produced by Jamaica's Sly and Robbie, who were not that familiar with Suggs' past life with the Nutty Boys.
Sly spent the whole project calling me Suggs. So I don't think he was overly aware of my body of work. I'd always respected them as musicians, but I never really knew how much production work they'd done. And coincidentally, they were coming over to London in the preceding couple of months, so that's how it came about. And it was great working with them, yeah, fantastic.
Suggs believes the rest of the album has a different feel.
There's a lot more space, I think, on the rest of it, yeah, and it's got a lot of very specific kind of elements, that song. Obviously the Beatles songs start with, so melodically it's kind of like that, and it's very up-tempo. And the rest of the album is a bit more eclectic. Is that a word I could use? I think so.